Boom. Remembered to turn the mic on. Get that thing off of there. There we go. All right, y'all, what's happening? Let's see. There it is. Back to the camera. Happy New Year, first of all. This is your main man, Frank Kern, coming to you live. No watch. 10 something, maybe, on the 5th of January, 2021. Hopefully everything's working. Oh, let me get this stupid thing off the screen. And let me make sure the mic is on. I think it is. It probably is, because no one's saying turn the mic on. Like 3 times in a row I've done this and forgotten to turn the stupid mic on. So what we're going to do today is resume the conversation we started a week ago today. It's been a week since I've actually done anything and posted live. Sorry. Holidays, laziness, lack of priority. Anyway, last time we came on and had a conversation live like this, it was to answer the question of, hey, is it worth it to do like content and branding stuff? And I've always said yes, that it was, but I wanted to share, like, excuse me while I clean my glasses off here. I wanted to share like actual numbers with you, you know, and like how much is it worth it and how much revenue can it generate? So let me show you what we did. All right. Also, when we were talking last week, hang on just a minute. When we were talking last week, folks were wondering the software I'm using to do stuff like this. Let me get this thing off of here. I think that's just on my monitor. Cool. Okay. I think I'm seeing what you're seeing. Folks were wondering what software I'm using to like make the little picture-in-picture thing up here and how I'm streaming and everything. I'm using Ecamm Live or Ecamm Pro. Just Google ECAMM. It's a software. It's pretty cool. The camera is a Sony ZV-1. Don't know how to use it. Not going to read the directions. That would be stupid. And then I'm simulcasting to Facebook and YouTube using Restream.io. There you go. That's the extent of it. Okay. So a week ago today, I did this. Well, hell, I got rid of my dang thing that I wanted to show you on the browser. Let's see. Maybe it's on my other browser here. Well, that was dumb. Oh well. Anyway, a week ago, I took franksnewoffer.com and I made it, come back to me, I made it to where it would track everyone who went to that website, franksnewoffer.com, with a custom tracking code so we would know everyone who like saw my stuff organically. We would know how many people were coming organically. And I want to share those numbers with you. Before I do that, I want to just take a second and log into GoDaddy here just to show you what I mean by that. This is kind of a cool little way to track stuff, by the way. For folks who like want to make sure everything's working. All right, so hang on. I have to come over here into my domains and my account and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I'll show you on the screen here in a minute, assuming I can access my own products in GoDaddy. There we go. Okay, hang on here. Domains. Where are you? There we go. And manage all. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Let me show you this thing. I just want to show you what I did. So you'll know that what I'm telling you is legit here, basically. I don't know about you, man. I like to see like numbers. You know what I mean? Like, okay, how did everything work? So as you'll see on the screen, whenever I promote this 4-course bundle thing through social organic traffic, I say, hey, go to franksnewoffer.com. And you may or may not have seen like just, you know, dumb posts of mine or whatever doing that. So when I advertise it, I don't send people to franksnewoffer.com. I use a long, weird ClickFunnels URL. So when I'm telling people to go to franksnewoffer.com, it is forwarding here, right? And so what this is, what you're seeing right here on the screen, is that long, weird ClickFunnels URL, but it's got tracking codes in there, okay? So the source equals org, that means they came to the website by typing in franksnewoffer.com. So the only possible way that they can do that is to see organic traffic. Like I don't use that domain name, like click on this in ads or anything like that. I use a different long, weird ClickFunnels URL. All right, cool. So let me show you what's been going on. So started doing this a week ago, doing this tracking a week ago. All right. And according to ClickFunnels, okay, I'm sorry to bust on you, Russell. I think I blame everything on Russell Brunson for fun. According to ClickFunnels, we're all going to be rich. Their stats are totally, like, at least on my app, they're totally over-reporting right now. And so none of this is accurate on their thing. For me, it's just like saying I've made a gazillion dollars when I, in fact, have not. So, which is unfortunate. This would be great if this were right. But something weird is going on with their stats. However, okay, look at this. I exported the sales, all right? And so let me show you the actual real numbers. And I know this is like kind of OCD-ish, but dude, you want to know, right? Like, is it worth doing this stuff? So what I did is I exported all the sales, and I said, okay, additional info. This is where ClickFunnels right here on the screen. This is where they're recording all the tracking data. If it contains org, that means it was organic, right? And I'm also saying exclude anything that is this product, Offer Swipes, because it's a $1 trial, but ClickFunnels will record it as a $97 sale, so that's not accurate. And that's not a problem with ClickFunnels, this is how it works. So anyway, just kind of showing you what we're doing to ensure the best possible accuracy of data for this test, right? So, does it work? Is it worth it? Let's find out numerically. So if I come over here, these are all of the sales from franksnewoffer.com that have come organically, all right? And it is not $364,000 because ClickFunnels reports in cents, right? It's really $3,643 in revenue over the past week from organic traffic with me just doing social media posts and screwing around, which is amazing because I ain't done much of nothing over the past week. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I was like, I think for the holidays, I'm just going to sit around, So that's what we did. We sat around. I think we watched like 4 movies in one day on one of the days over the holidays. It was great. So didn't really do a lot of promotion of any kind at all, which I don't recommend, by the way. It's one of those do as I say, not as I do things. So let me show you specifically what that means, all right? And the reason I'm showing this to you is to prove and hopefully convince you that, like, the concept of building a personal brand, like, is it worth it? Yes, man, it's totally worth it. Here's the numbers behind it. Excuse me, again. Okay, so let's go over here. Am I on the right thing? Yeah, all right, cool. You can still see my head down there at the bottom, which I don't know why I want to do that, but whatever. All right, so this is like the extent of promotion that has occurred, okay? We got us our Facebooks and our Instagrams. All right, so there's our Facebooks. Whoops, get out of there. There's our Instagrams. Just kind of showing you on the computer here. Instagram and Facebook are going to match pretty much identically because I do the thing when I make an Instagram post, I'll share it to Facebook through, the phone or whatever. So look at this, okay? You can see the dates better on the Facebooks, all right? So if we go back to the 29th, which is when we last started this conversation, okay, we posted, come on, all right, so I'm going to count this, the 29th, because it had a link to franksnewoffer.com in there, all right, so there's that one. So I'm going to count that. So we have 1, 2, nothing, that's me being a dummy, I do that a lot. 3, this is on the whatever date this was, New Year, so this one's got Frank's New Offer in there. That's pretty funny, by the way. Totally forgot to put actual copy in this one, so I did nothing. This is me being a dummy again for the first time in history. 4, because I've got franksnewoffer.com here. And that's it, leading us up to today. So a whopping 4 posts, okay, across Facebook and Instagram. The only difference here is on your Instagrams, I had a reel. So one of these little things is a reel here. Actually, I think this was on the 28th, but whatever, right? And so that's it. 4. Woohoo! Big deal. 4 posts yielded whatever the number was. What was it? $3,600 or something. Should you be doing content marketing? Yes, you absolutely should be doing content marketing. Like, them's the numbers. And, look, here's my stats, right? I don't have a gazillion followers. You don't get that much reach anyway, organically. And most importantly, the revenue you're seeing probably isn't just a result of those posts. It's probably a result of all of the stuff combined that I've done prior to that, because I've made a lot of posts about Frank's new offer. So maybe for some reason someone's like got insomnia and they're up at night and they're going through my feed or something and they see an older one and they click over. Who knows, right? So that's like thing number one. Should you invest in building a personal brand by doing content? Yeah, it sells stuff. We tracked it, and so yay. And you saw the extent, so it's not really that impressive. Okay, so now the other one that I wanted to share with you that I talked about in our last little session, which I don't expect anyone to remember because it was a week ago, was podcasting. Should you do a podcast? So the numbers I'm about to share with you for the podcast stuff, a little bit less scientific. So on my podcast, which is, I forgot now, FrankKernPodcast.com, if you feel like listening, I promote this guy, all right? This is my 5-book bundle. This is KernBookBundle.com, if you want to see this, where you get 5 of my books for $1, right? And so I haven't promoted that in any capacity for the past week. Eyes watering here. I've got gross condition called blepharitis. It's kind of disgusting. So sorry if my eyes look all weird. Anyway, haven't promoted it at all for a week, all right? In any capacity whatsoever, with the exception of having a link to it in the last week's Facebook Live, which was also streamed on YouTube. So like maybe a little bit. So again, less scientific. So the only way it's promoted is on the podcast. Every episode's got a little ad for KernBookBundle.com there. So here's ClickFunnels saying that we made a lot more money than we did. What's the real figure? You might wonder. Well, let's answer the question, okay? So I did the same thing. I exported all of the sales because their ClickFunnels reporting is just off right now for whatever reason. It happens, man. I'm not going to fuss about it. It's a pretty dang good app, really. And I couldn't have built it, Okay, is this the right one? Yeah. Book bundle sales since 12/29. All right, so this is like not nearly as many, but it's still pretty good. So what I did was I excluded that offer swipes thing. That's an upsell that ClickFunnels is $1 trial for a $97 thing. But if someone takes the trial, it'll count in ClickFunnels as $97. So that's why you see me taking that out of there, right? Because I don't want to falsely report the 97 if they haven't actually bought it yet. And then right here, I'm making sure that there's no tracking code, okay? So that's where you see UTM source equals like nothing. That means there's no tracking code whatsoever. So one would logically assume they typed in KernBookBundle.com and that's how they got here. I didn't do the domain forwarding and make it all cool like I did for the other one, which is FranksNewOffer.com. So anyway, long story short, from the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, it has generated in the past week $2,190. It's way down there at the bottom. If you see it at the bottom left of the screen, is my head over it? No, yeah, there it is. So right under my big old head there, $2,109 American dollars. Pretty good for just a little ad on a podcast. Is it feasibly possible some other sales came from maybe they saw that last live or whatever? Maybe it is. So this is less scientific, but still. Probably most of that, if not all of it, is a direct result of the podcast. So over the past week of minimal effort, 4 social media posts in total? 5 maybe? Can't remember. And podcast episodes, this is what's happened, right? So if you add these two up, it's like what? $5,700 or whatever. And that's over the past week. So that's about $250,000 a year at this pace of really not doing anything to try to promote it very aggressively. Obviously, we should be doing a little bit better of a job than I'm currently doing, but I am going to use the holidays as an excuse, which is a terrible excuse, but dang it, I don't want to work all the time. Do you? No, it's not fun. All right, so hot diggity D, there you go. Yes, it is a good idea to invest in content marketing. Yes, it is a good idea to build your personal brand. Speaking of which, okay, so in one of these posts right here, all right, I had done, I got that right? Yeah, okay. In one of these posts over here, I had shown ad stats for the franksnewoffer.com. I was like, hey man, this thing's converting pretty good to ads. And either one or two folks were like, yeah, dude, but don't you think that some of that is because you have name recognition? And at first I was like, no, because I'm advertising to cold audiences that don't follow me. And then I realized that was a really stupid answer. The true answer is yes, of course it's because I have name recognition. So I'm going to take another second now and walk you behind the scenes of my actual ads. All right, so these are the ads for franksnewoffer.com, and I want to show you what I mean with that whole URL thing, okay? So here's an ad for it, all right? And so if someone were to click on this sucker, this is where they're going, right? So they're going like this long, weird URL, go.frankkern.com/blah, blah, blah. And notice the tracking here, okay? And so what I want to do is just show you the revenue, not as reported in ClickFunnels, because ClickFunnels is telling me I'm making $1 million a second right now, which I wish it was true. It'd be so great. I woke up, it started on New Year's Day, by the way. I woke up New Year's Day and checked stats and was like, holy crap, man, we're going to be rich. It was weird stats. Unfortunately, it was overblown there. So what I'm going to do now is, let me just show you some data, okay? So this one, let's look in this campaign, and I want to show you sales from people that are not my followers, so to speak, but maybe some of them know me, to give credence to the comments that, this is probably working because of your personal brand. My default answer was, nuh-uh, because they're not my followers, but in reality, that was a dumb default answer. I don't know why I was thinking that. So, again, the point of this being, dude, you should work to build your personal brand. It's a good idea. And I like to back the theory up with money. All right, so the tracking code for Ryan Deiss here, all right, is RD of all things. I'm going to type that in. Bing. All right, so let's see. We spent, in this particular campaign, $728 US advertising to Ryan's folks, and it brought in, no way, dude, seriously? Is this the right date range? Yes, it is the right date range. Just making sure, all right, from the 29th till today. Good Lord. Oh, you know what, man? That's multiple campaigns there. Okay, hang on. That's not right. That's over-reporting. I was like, oh my God, we brought in like 40 G's. What? Are you crazy? Okay, let me fix this. So let's go over here, and what I want to find is UTM source equals. There we go. Okay, sorry, y'all. I know it's not fun to watch a dude mess around with spreadsheets, but I don't really know of anybody who will bore you, but do so as a means of showing you like what actually is going on and giving you the real numbers. I just want to show you like the real deal. Okay, so now this means this little tracking thing is corresponding specifically to this ad and this campaign. All right, so we done spent over the past week $728 advertising to Little Bears folks. Did you give me any lovin', Ryan? Can I get a little lovin' from my man Ryan Deiss? Where are you? Where's our total? $884. So, yep, made some money, right? Pretty good return. Whatever that is, about $150, give or take, right? I'll take it. I'll make $150 on a net profit over a $728 ad spend any day in a week. If we did that in the stock market, we'd be gazillionaires. We'd probably go to jail. They would think we were up to shenanigans. Okay, so let's check out Brendan. All right, my main man, Brendan. I only targeted the U.S. markets, or the United States, for Brendan's audience. Okay, so let's see if Brendan's audience, who like don't necessarily know me, but might, like it would be kind of logical that some of them would, because we're kind of in the same business to a degree. So my main man Brendan, $1,424, and we done spent $723. So yep, profit. Okay, and to the commenters who are like, yeah, that's probably working because of your personal brand. You're totally right. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And like, no, you're right. I don't know. Like again, you might not want to listen to me all the time. You don't take everything I tell you, like run it through the filter of, is this guy being an idiot? All right, so let's see what happens when we target old Russell's. Guys, his tracking code here is RB. All right, so I'll hit enter on that one. and I hope I'm not putting you to sleep. So this is really only for people who are just extremely curious about behind the scenes of ads and stuff. So my main man Russell, I spent $725 since the 29th through today, in this particular one, and my man Russell, $2,003. I'll take it. That's more than double the money, which everyone's beating Ryan. Come on, Ryan. You know why? Because I think a lot of people that follow digital marketer are like responsible, normal, well-adjusted adults, and the rest of these folks might have like crazier people, and I tend to like attract crazier people because I'm a little bit weird myself. All right, so this one, all right, tracking source equals funnels, $903. Again, ClickFunnels is reporting in cents. That's why it looks weird, but it's $903. What did I spend on funnel interests? $737. Again, okay, made about $150. I'll take it. That's a great return on the money. Now, this is a humbling experience. All right, this is me targeting people who are allegedly interested in my name, but they are not people who have clicked on my stuff before. They're not retargeting. So these are people who are allegedly interested in my stuff, but I'm excluding my retargeting list here, which is like kind of weird. So FK is the tracking on that one, of all things. All right, and let's see. I think my return on this one was not that great. Let's see what our total was. $865, and look, I lost money on myself. Ha! How about them apples? Yeah, what are you going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn it off. How about them apples? All right, so we did great on these, not so great on the folks who are allegedly following me. And finally, there's this one, which is the warm one. This is like a really important thing to notice here. All right, so I'm spending $500 a day on this thing, and it spent $3,700. The tracking code for this one, these are all the people who have watched my videos on the social medias, clicked on my ads, whatever. I call it my invisible list. You know, these are engaged followers or whatever. The tracking code there is FB. And let's see, ladies and gentlemen, what the total is for FB. $5,487. How about them apples right there? So almost $2,000 net on that one. Getting there, pretty close, a little bit under. So them was behind the scenes of the ads. All of this pointing to, dude, it's a pretty good idea to build a personal brand from an organic traffic perspective, from making everything else work better when you're in colder markets to it's just smart, right? Now, I have good news for you. First of all, you should buy something of mine, or just randomly send me money. If you don't have my bundle of courses, go to franksnewoffer.com. It's good, man. You're going to like it. Like, it's really good stuff. But I have good news for you. Hopefully, if the site is ready and I've built everything out, I will start marketing this thing on Friday. We're going to be doing a brand building challenge where for 5 days I'll walk you through, okay, how do you find out who your target is? How do you find out what to say? How do you create the content? How do you distribute the content without like living on social media? And the cost for this, I wrestled with how much to charge for it, and I think it's a little bit expensive, but it's going to be $0. All right, and there's going to be a deadline, and if you enroll after the deadline, the price will double. And I should have thought that one through because 0 times 2 is still 0, but it'll be free. And so I'll, of course, advertise that, email my list and all of that the closer we come. And going through these numbers, I'm like, man, I gotta help people build this stuff out because this is ridiculous. I screwed around and made $5,000 selling a $1 product and a $4 product as front ends, you know. Come on. Okay, so anyway, that's what we got there. That's my update on those stats. Anyone who was able to watch this entire session of me talking about spreadsheets and stuff is impressive. So there, I'll have a little bit of a question. Oh, this is a good question, actually. Let's see if I can make that appear on the screen. From my man Joshua. Hey, if any of y'all use Ecamm and know how to get like the Facebook logo off of the comments when you show comments in your stream, that would be awesome. The reason why is because if I wanted to use this as an ad, if I wanted to like run this particular stream as an ad, Facebook wouldn't approve it because it's got their logo in there. But it's like more engaging, you know, if you show the comment. So anyway, from my man Joshua Alger, I'm going to bring this over here now so I can see and look at you a little bit better. He says, how long do you run your informational ads before retargeting them with a more blatant sales pitch? I retarget immediately, and I also run blatant sales pitches. So in these campaigns I'm showing y'all, right, these suckers right here, let me go back over here. These are blatant sales pitches I'm showing Ryan Deiss's people. I'm not showing them any, like, content in these particular campaigns, so I do a combination of content and pitches, but I'm not adverse to running straight pitches to, strangers if it works. So immediately there's the answer to that question. Okay, let's see here. We drag the old, man, I gotta tell you, these folks over here at Ecamm, I don't know them. They don't pay me to endorse them or anything. I just realized I'm looking at myself on camera. Man, I look awful. Of course, I haven't had a shower yet today. I got up, got started at 5 something this morning. Just been in here, just working and enjoying myself. All right, let's see here. Do we got any questions or whatever? This is nice of you. Thank you, David Lowe. Since I had longer hair, no, I kind of wish I could grow it. I mean, I could grow it back, but it would look kind of dumb in that in-between stage. All right, here. Oh, all right, so Lee, his ClickFunnels stats are messed up as well. Yeah, dude, I don't know. They're working on it. Duran from my team reached out to their support and was like, hey, our stats are weird. And they're like, yeah, it's kind of weird right now. We're fixing it. Man, be cool to them because it's a good software application, and they've got a zillion customers, and everybody has stuff that gets funky sometimes, so what are you going to do, right? We're still selling stuff, and we can still export it and get the data that way, and I'm sure they're going to fix it. So, you know what I mean? Thank you for your kind words, Tony. That's very nice of you. I enjoy doing them, these live things. I intend to do more of them. Literally, it was just deliberate over the holidays. Like, you know what? I'm going to celebrate the birth of Jesus by celebrating the birth of Jesus and trying not to work as much. And so that worked out pretty good. Let's see. Paul Motley, it says, are you on Clubhouse? I am. I haven't done a room yet on Clubhouse. Don't know if I will anytime soon. Maybe. Of course, have not read any sort of directions on how to use it because that would be stupid. But I got one, so I'm on there. I've just contributed nothing to the Clubhouse community as of yet. I'm so visual that it's hard for me to think, what am I gonna show people? Because that's the way my brain works. I got to see stuff. That's why I'm always showing you guys numbers and charts and flow charts and everything. It's tough. This is a great question from Lorenzo. He says, what are the most, is that thing showing up? Yeah, so cool to me. He says, what are the most important skills an entrepreneur must have? I would say the ability to focus and the ability to influence. Those two are pretty much it, right? It says you can influence, you can sell something, and if you can focus, then you can spend your time learning how to influence and actually doing influence stuff. So that's about it. Basic arithmetic and all that kind of stuff. Tony said someone created a phony profile of me. That's been happening lately. That's amusing. I don't know what to really do about that. I hope no one gets hurt from it. That's for sure. I hope nobody rips anybody off. But yeah, it's a bummer. What are you going to do, right? Let's see here. Oh, David Lowe says, show us how you generated that long tracking link. Okay, so here's what I did. Hang on a minute. Let me get this thing off the screen. I'll go to this website, and I'll walk you through it. What is this thing called? UTM Builder. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. Probably should bring it over to the right screen. All right, cool. So here we is. If you just Google UTM Builder, you'll find that, obviously this is a super long URL to drive you to. But get over here. That back in full screen mode. This looks a little better. Click on this, and then you have your main website here, and then you just type in whatever you want your tracking stuff to be. So some people track, it's from YouTube. This was the ad. This was the campaign. I don't really do that. I don't know. So in my case, when I'm running ads for to Russell's audience, I know what's on Facebook, so I'll just be RB, and everything would be RB. RB, and then look, if you scroll down on this thing, that's the long URL that you use in your stuff. and then it'll transfer over to whatever's tracking it. In this case, ClickFunnels tracks it pretty good. So pretty simple. Pretty simple. All right, let's see. Back to me, Bob. All right, so you know what I'm supposed to be doing right now is writing copy. If you see me going live a lot more than usual, it's because I'm supposed to be writing copy and I don't wanna. So your questions are helping me avoid doing all the stuff that I don't want to do. Although it is a great use of time. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Sam says, "Don't call Facebook organic. Facebook is organic." What else would I call it? What I mean by organic, by the way, is when you don't pay for it. Like just when you make a post and you don't boost it or anything, like people just see it. That's what I mean by organic. Okay. Oh, I get this question sometimes, so I'll answer it. What's with all the tattoos now compared to a few years ago? So I started getting tattooed when I was 17 years old. My across the hall apartment neighbor, Kevin, and I, neither of us possessing any artistic talent, thought it would be a really good idea to get India ink and needles and thread and do the stick and poke method, which I won't explain how to do in case anyone as dumb as me watches this and says, I'm going to try that too. So I gave him, so sorry, Kevin, I gave my across the hall apartment neighbor at age 17 a tattoo of the cover of Led Zeppelin's album, the one with Stairway to Heaven, which looked nothing like the album cover because I didn't know what I was doing. He gave me a bird. And so prior to the past couple of years, I've had tons of them. You just couldn't see them. So I've got, this one was the last one. There are these numbers. This, damn it, camera, whatever. So I hadn't gotten any that were visible, up until my 40s. But then a few years ago, Natalia, for my birthday present, was like, I've hired a tattoo artist to come to the house. And so the reason I never went and got more tattoos is because I'm a socially awkward, introverted person who has relatively intense social anxiety, and the idea of sitting in a chair surrounded by strangers in pain does not appeal to me. So once I learned you could have tattoo artists come to your house, oh my gosh, then it was game on, right? And so that's why I got more. I always wanted to get more and still will get more. I just like having them. It's fun, But so that was it, like nothing exciting. Weird question that I get all the time. All right, let's see here. I think I will roll after this. Brett asks, what's my average order value for these campaigns? Well, according to ClickFunnels, it's like $1 billion. Generally speaking, average cart value is about $15. And really what I'm doing with these lower ticket campaigns is getting a lot of customers so I can put my best foot forward, hopefully, anyway, to as many people as possible and be as helpful as I can to the marketplace. I know that sounds like bullshit, but it really is. Like, I firmly believe the more people you help, the more reward that you will receive. So that's reason number one. And reason number two is I have continuity. So when people buy these things, one of the things they can optionally do is they can take a trial to a monthly thing. And some of them do, and my hope is that will continue to grow and I'll get customers for the monthly thing at a profit through advertising. So I will pay nothing to grow that monthly membership. And so far, so it's working pretty good. So I like it. And so anyway, that's the answer to that question right there. Okay, I think we'll roll. Nice of y'all to stop by. I appreciate it. I'm trying to figure out where the end button is here. It's right there. Okay, take it easy.